Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn energy bands of solids. According to Bohr's postulates, every atom consists of electrons that revolve around the nucleus in fixed energy levels called shells or orbits. The angular momentum is quantized for each electron. The orbit number in which they revolve is characterized by principal quantum number. The concept of fixed energy level is valid only when an atom is well isolated from other atoms. This is not possible as atoms are closely packed, especially in the case of solids, and thus there are interactions between the atoms. Due to this, outer orbits of some neighboring atoms come very close and even overlap. Hence, the case of atoms in solids, the electron energy is affected to this proximity of neighboring atoms. It should be remembered that each electron still has distinct quantum state even in such situations. This means each electron has unique position and no two electrons see exactly the same pattern of surrounding charges. You know that principle is known as Pauli's exclusion principles. Okay, children? Let us consider the atoms in a solid. For example, a silicon crystal. We know that in a crystal there is a regular arrangement of atoms with a constant interplanar spacing between them. The electronic configuration of silicon is 1s square, 2s square, 2p6, 3s square, 3p2. The third orbit with 4 electrons is the outermost, hence silicon has valence equal to 4. As silicon has a crystalline structure, that there are interactions between the neighboring atoms. Let us assume that there are n silicon atoms in a crystal, each with 4 valence electrons. For silicon, in the outermost orbit, there are 8 energy states available, out of which 2 states belong to 3s orbit and 6 states belong to 3p orbital. Therefore, for n atoms, the total number of energy states available in the outermost orbit is equal to 8n. Okay, let us consider the number of atoms in silicon is n, capital N. Energy states in the outermost orbit of each atom is 8, 2 is 3s, other 6 is in 3p, totally 8n energy states. These 8n energy states split into 2 levels, each having 4n energy states. Due to the atomic interactions discussed earlier, in a crystal, each energy level or state split up into large number of closely spaced sublevels. A group of such sublevels with continuous energy variation is called an energy band. For silicon atom, the lower 4n energy states contain electrons that in bonding, and such energy states are called the valence band. Therefore, the term valence band refers to the group of energy levels which contains bonded electron. We know that the electrical conduction in solids takes place by virtue of electrons which are free to move, that is by means of free electrons. Since the electrons in the valence band are bonded, they do not contribute in the electrical conductivity of the material. The highest 4n energy states contain those electrons which are free to move about, and such they contribute to the electrical conductivity of semiconducting materials. The group of energy levels occupied by such electrons that helps in the conduction is called conduction band. Let us consider EC denote the lowest energy level of the conduction band, EV denote the highest energy level of valence band. The energy difference between EC and EV is the energy band gap or energy gap denoted by Eg. the valence band electron can move to the conduction band by gaining the energy equal to the energy band gap Eg. The band gap between the lowest valence and energy levels and higher conduction band energy levels. Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn the highest energy level of valence band. The difference between Ec and Ev is the energy band gap or energy gap, denoted as Eg. The valence band electrons can move to the conduction band by gaining the energy equal to the energy band gap Eg. Thus exists a band gap between the low valence band energy levels and higher conduction band energy levels. For silicon atom, the energy gap is about 1.1 electron volt. This means that 4 valence band electron to move in the conduction band, it needs minimum energy of 1.1 electron volts. At room temperature, we find that few electrons of the valence band gain thermal energy equal to the energy band gap to move into the conduction band and hence become free electrons. The vacant energy levels in the valence band create the opportunity of the valence band electron to move into them. Therefore, in such solids, the conduction is possible due to the conduction band electron as well as due to the vacancy in the valence band. This is the reason why a semiconductor displays higher conductivity at higher temperatures. As the temperature decreases, we find that there are fewer electrons in the conduction band and hence conductivity decreases. At the temperature of 0 Kelvin, the conduction band is practically devoid of any electrons and there cannot be a conduction possible through the semiconductor. At 0 Kelvin, the semiconductor behaves as insulator. This is the case of semiconductor. It is important to note that the band gap is different for different solids. Let us now look at the specific case of solids where the energy band gap between the conduction band and valence band is very small or the conduction band overlaps the valence band. When such an overlap occurs, the band gap Eg is nearly 0 or approximately 0. In solids where a very small band gap exists with no external energy available, there are no electrons in the conduction band. When a small energy is applied, the valence band electrons move into the conduction band. Now, let us look at the situation where the conduction band overlaps with the valence band. In this case, the valence electrons are available to move into the conduction band and thus are readily available for conduction, which happens in the case of metals. Since a large number of electrons are available for conduction, the electrical conductivity is very high for solids. We know that solids having very high electrical conductivity are called conductors. For some metal or solid, there exists a very large energy band gap greater than the 3 electron volts. In such solids, it is practically impossible for the valence electrons to move into the conduction band, since the energy required is very high as the band gap is very large. Such materials, they have very few conduction electrons and hence have very low electrical conductivity. Such materials are called insulators. In semiconductor, we have seen that finite but a small band gap of less than 3 electron volts exists. As such, By supplying sufficient energy, the valence band electrons can move into the conduction band. Therefore, semiconductors have conductivities between that of conductors and insulators. Thus, we see that on the basis of energy bands, materials can be classified as conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. Having a finite and small band gap of less than 3 electron volt. Insulator having a band gap of greater than 3 electron volt.
Thank you, children.